covering this story for two reasons. One, because in a previous video, I speculated whether or not Earthquake was still alive, the comedian. He is. So, apologies for not looking in on your Earthquake, but yeah, he's still around doing his thing. And for the second, because this is a very tragic story of a husband and wife who were no longer, quote unquote, in love. And in his coverage here, he speaks how it's a Mississippi state official when it's not. This guy was a candidate for the position. So he's an ambitious young brother who, tragically gunned him and his wife down. So let's get into the Fox News story over here. The reason I really propped up on that was because they don't have a photo of the wife in this story. So Mississippi State House candidate kills self and his wife in murder-suicide, police say. This is written by Greg Norman. A Democratic candidate who was seeking election to the Mississippi House of Representatives and who had just been served divorce papers walked into the medical clinic where his estranged wife worked as a receptionist Tuesday and shot her to death before turning the gun on himself, officials said. Marshall County Sheriff Kenny Dickerson said the shootings happened Tuesday at Williams Medical Clinic in Potts Camp after Carl Robinson received divorce papers. Somebody took those till death do us part vows very seriously. We found the shooter dead from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head, Dickerson told the Daily Journal newspaper. He and his wife were in the process of a divorce. His wife was lying on the floor near his body. There's the young brother right there. I mean, not that young. Dickerson said Robinson, 43, like I said, not that young, shot 34-year-old Latoya Thompson before killing himself in what police are calling a murder-suicide, according to the Daily Journal. The sheriff says she died as emergency workers were trying to put her on a medical helicopter. Witnesses told the Daily Journal they saw Robinson pacing around outside the clinic before going into the building. A .38 caliber Smith & Wesson pistol was recovered at the scene. Dickerson added, noting nobody else was hurt. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing. Prior to the shooting, Robinson had been gearing up for the Democratic primary on August 6th. He was seeking the District 5 seat in the Mississippi House of Representatives. And I can't help but feel like to an extent that may have played a role in here. I'm not going to speculate until after the end of the article here, which is forthcoming. But, when in politics, the whole married kids thing really matters. The couple lived in nearby Benton County, and a neighbor that spoke to Fox 13 Memphis described Thompson as a real nice girl who was friendly and would help you do anything. Because, no words for the guy, though. I mean, he is the killer in this situation, but there's also been reports that they had a son together who, and that's who I really feel bad for, because he's left with no parents. I mean, and that's allegedly they had a son together. There's no confirmation of that in anything that I've already read. But another allegation that's being floated around is that, she was cheating on him. I'm not sure of their marital status before the divorce papers were served, but she'd been cheating. And does that green light what he did? Not at all. Hold on, before anybody loses their shit. I'm not sitting here saying that it's right, but I do believe that it's important that we take a look at a lot of our laws that we have on books, because a divorce can be it can ruin a man's life. I mean, it really can. His chances of getting elected in that seat, seeing how, perception matters, and, having that wife and kids and that stable family home is such an important thing. And of course, of politics, I mean, my man just probably didn't see a way forward. And that's sad, because this, from all accounts, this is the type of person that, you like to see, the type of story that you like to see. A family, I hate to be kind of racist about it, but, a black family trying to be ambitious and go about doing anything, and you got to respect that, right? I mean, whereas much as I do not believe in the concept of blackness or any of the other identity angles of it, there is a certain, oh man, like when I see brothers with their family, like if like honestly, I see a brother like, you know, with his son doing something, I give him a fist pound. Why? Because it's like, yo, my man, good stuff, keep doing it, man. We gotta raise him right. You gotta raise him right. And it's blowing my mind that, you know, as a father, he'd be willing to do that to his son, allegedly, right? Or that, you know, the wife, that really doesn't blow the mind that much that the wife would be out and about gallivanting. If that's the case, there was no that, like, all I'm going on is speculation, a lot of it that I came across in Earthquake's comment section. But there really does need to be a changing of how our family courts are administering a lot of, you know, the quote unquote justice of the divorce system, which there isn't much of. And when women get caught up in it, like Mary J. Blige or Wendy Williams, they be mad. They be so angry and upset. And so I think that there needs to be a reevaluation of our legal processes when it comes to the divorce process. You know, like that's the main thing that I take away from any type of story like this, is that, you know, we need to reapproach this, because those vows, like me, I'm the type of person that I don't consider the state in being a part of that relationship. I consider it a bond between the woman that I'm with and God. You know, this is me telling God, I'm going to look after this woman. I'm going to take care of this woman until I'm no longer able to do so. And that's where the whole death do us part and vows thing comes from. And there's this, and I think marriage is really the one place where it's a congeal, or a convolution, I guess, of the state and the church. You know, like there's so many religious implications in the marriage angle, that the state and its ability to really just decimate someone's life based off of, 9 times, I don't want to say, you know what, I do not want to put a number on it, but what can very likely be lies and manipulation. And that's on both ends. That's from the male end and that's from the female end as well. So, I mean, as far as protecting each other, I think that's really the main takeaway from this, because there's no getting their bodies back or anything else like that. And it only no one was a fly in the wall of the course of their relationship, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. But this is heartbreaking stuff for any other reason but for the alleged fact that they have a son together who is now in this world alone. So, you know, I mean, and hold on, pause. I'm pretty sure he has tons of family and everything else like that, but nothing replaces your 2 biological parents. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Go ahead, do that. Go ahead. It's okay. Or dislike it. Go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to catch videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube's definitely not going to do it. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments, man? I mean, this is a tragedy without question. But like I said earlier, you know, till death do us part is a part of, I mean, you signed that contract, all right? And I hate to make light, but I mean, you do sign that contract when you get married. So, I mean, no, but that's not to excuse what this gentleman has done. It is jacked up and messed up that he would do that to his kid. But let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next one.